everybody, it has been a while since I've done a gear review, so I thought I would tell you guys how I wash my clothes, which sounds really boring because of course you just use a washing machine or wash things in the sink. But last Christmas, I got a wonderful present from my sister-in-law, thank you Sam, and it is called the Scrubba. And this is it. It packs up really small, and I just shove it in the side of my bag. And this is how I've been washing all of my clothes for 9 months. I haven't used a washing machine, haven't put anything in a sink, and no one's complained about me smelling, and my clothes still look good. So anyway, this is the Scrubba. It is basically a dry sack with a clear panel on the side and a washboard material on the inside. Basically, you throw clothes, soap, water in here, and you use the washboard to clean it. It takes all of 3 minutes, and all your clothes will be clean. So, what I'm going to do now is throw in some clothes. These are my workout clothes, some leggings, and a bunch of underwear. You fill this up, they recommend about 20 to 40%. I've definitely done more than that. I've done towels in here. I even one time did a bed sheet in here. I don't recommend that. And it shows you where to fill the line up to. So what I'm gonna do now is fill up to that line. First, I'm gonna throw in some soap, and then fill it up in the sink. So this is the important part. Come closer. You want to, similar to if you've ever used a dry sack to keep your things dry, you want the water to stay on the inside. So you're gonna make a seal here, make sure these are flat, these two little black lines. Then you're gonna fold it down at least 4 or 5 times. Roll it down, roll it down, roll it down. Then you clip like this, exactly to any dry sack you've ever used. So now you've got all your clothes in a nice little mini washing machine. So what I do usually is I slosh it up like this to make sure it's really sudsy. Then the next step is you want to deflate the bag and get the extra air out of there. I'm not actually sure why, but that is on the instructions, and it definitely works to keep your clothes clean. So you pop off this little thing, just like every pool floaty you've ever blown up, and you squish the extra air out. So now use the washboard. And you can use this anywhere from 30 seconds or up to 3 minutes for what they call a machine quality wash. So now you're gonna get to watch me do that. Okay, and that'll about do it. I did that for probably about 90 seconds because everything in there isn't that dirty. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna dump out the dirty water and put clean water in there. Exactly the same thing your washing machine does. We unroll, I dump out the gross water, and what I'm doing here is I'm squeezing out, rolling forward through all the clothes to make sure I get out all the water I possibly can, and that's what makes this much better than hand washing. I can do all of this and my hands are still dry. So now I've got not clean clothes still. Fill this up with some clean water. Of course I could take it out and rinse them by hand, but why would I do that? The whole point of using a Scrubba is so I don't have to bother with all the hand washing. Once this is clean, I'm going to slosh it around a bit, get the clothes all rinsed out, and then I'm done. That's it. That's how I wash all my clothes these days. And I mean, really, it's a godsend. Not only am I more gentle on my clothes, as you know, if you follow me at all, I buy a lot of technical travel gear, and that is expensive. So I really want to treat it well. So now I've got clean water in there, and what I tend to do is I tend to close it up again. I don't want any residual soap on my clothes. So just do this, rinse, 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 pretty much mimicking exactly what a washing machine does. And then I'm going to dump this out. So I've even washed my bras, ladies, and things in here, delicate things. I don't tend to do the scrubbing part. I just put them in there with water and soap and let them soak. Same thing you do in the sink if you wash your bras in the sink, which, as we all know, you're supposed to. So now, again, I'm going to roll through, try to get all the water out so I don't have dripping wet clothes. Of course, that's almost impossible, so if you have a place to hang these up outside, great, you're done. If you don't, like me, in this apartment, I don't have anywhere to hang them up outside, so I've just got a drying rack in the bathroom. I'm going to take each one out individually and squeeze it over the sink to make sure that I don't drip water all over the floor. You can also take a towel and roll your clothes up in the towel, but that's just too much of a pain for me. So that's it. That's the Scrubba. I really, really love it. This thing's so useful. I can always keep my clothes clean. No need to find a laundromat, and like I said, I treat them better. So I have no affiliation with Scrubba whatsoever. This is literally just a Christmas gift. But I think it's one of the best gear things that I have in my bag right now, so highly recommend it. If you want to find out more about the gear that I bring with me around the world, check out the links below. I've got tons of gear reviews for you to check out, tons of stuff for you to buy and put on your Christmas wish list. So thanks everyone.